That's a hunt right there, baby. That's a hunt right there. Oh my gosh.
In this episode of The Greater Pursuit, I will be taking you along one of the craziest Mississippi turkey mornings we've had in a long time. I didn't have much time to film a intro because as soon as I got in there and set up, I started to hear some birds, and as soon as I sit down, this is what I hear. You can already tell it's about to be a fantastic morning. I usually wouldn't be calling this loud. However, I had some severe competition on this day, and they were already making a bunch of noise, so I figured I might as well join in. The woods were alive on this April morning. So at this point, I can tell that these gobblers have hit the ground. You can tell because those gobbles got quieter. They may not have gone anywhere as far, but they're still on the ground, which is going to make that gobble sound a little bit quieter. Now, I'd assumed that this is the time when all the turkeys were grouping up, and I would be right. It took a little while, and they didn't quite gobble, but they finally started to get fired up again. At this point, I'm trying not to overcall, but call just enough to keep reminding them that, hey, I'm in the area. And about this time, I can start seeing those turkeys. I don't know if you can barely see it, but there's a field out there. And I can sort of see turkeys filtering through. I can sort of see some turkeys shifting through, kind of getting close to the edge of the woods, so I got nervous and started clicking my safety off right there. Turns out they just came to the woods and then turned and spun right back around. And at this point, I hear something running through the woods. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're coming in, they're coming in. And I see them. And then they're kind of off to the right there. It's some dang deer. Right there. Walking right through the woods, probably 30 or 40 yards from me. And I thought that they probably were going to mess up the hunt because having something moving through the woods between me and the turkeys, I was like, oh, they're about to see the turkey, about to see these deer and freak out. Turns out that wasn't the case, as you heard. Bird literally gobbled right as soon as the deer were filtering through right here. Well, they finally shifted out of the way, so we got the hunt back on. And as you can see right here, I just started copying these hens because I had run out of ideas. I knew there were hens with the gobblers, so I just started copying the hen, trying to make that boss hen mad. And I guess doing that copying of those hens, it got those gobblers very, very curious. And sure enough, they started to head my way. I could see them coming into the woods. When you can hear them spitting like that, you know they're close. And at this point, they had come into the woods close enough to where they could see what was going on, and they did not see a hen. So they were starting to get real nervous, if you can't tell. I honestly thought the hunt was over at this point. But fortunately enough, they still had a little bit of curiosity about them.
That's a hunt right there, baby. That's a hunt right there. Oh my gosh. That was freaking awesome, man. Can't wait to go look at him.
Oh guys, here he is. Look at this beautiful bird. He doesn't have just a giant beard, probably a 8 or 9 inch beard, but hey, we'll take it. That was absolutely insane. Got some decent about 1 inch hooks on him there. Look, I don't care who you are, that is absolutely awesome. I couldn't believe that they broke off. So what happened was they flew down and all worked into this food plot. I think there was 4, but there was 3 that were mainly gobbling, and they all worked out as a big giant group into this food plot, and I could see them strutting out there about 75 yards through the woods. And all I did was I started picking up my intensity just a little bit on my calling, and that got, of course, the gobblers gobbled at me, but then the hens started making some noise too, and then I just started mimicking the hens and then adding like an extra cut or 2 at the end just to tick them off that much more. And I guess old boy right here absolutely loved when I do that. Actually 3 of them did, because 3 of those gobblers left that entire group and came busting up in the woods right where I was. You could see me like trying to shimmy around because I was not really positioned the best. Especially, I could hear him drumming through the woods, but I couldn't see him because of just, there was a little bitty hill where I was, and I could see the other 2 that were behind him a lot better. And he got to actually about 30 yards, really actually closer, probably 26 yards. The others were probably about 50, and they started putting / nervous clucking. They couldn't really tell what was going on because they had heard a hen in there, but those pines were so open that they couldn't see a hen. They were like, what in the world's going on here? And they had come all the way that they were going to go. And so they eventually, after clucking for, I don't know, a minute or so, started turning around and they were walking back the other way. And I had a perfect shot window for this guy right here whenever he was going to step up into it. And he just worked right through that window. I squeezed the trigger, bam! And that's all she wrote. It's number 2 for me, man. We are having an absolutely awesome turkey season this year. It has been a blast here in Mississippi. I can't thank the Lord enough for allowing us to chase these birds. Man, what a hunt. Hope that y'all really enjoyed that video. Again, what a fantastic hunt. Comment down below how your season's going, because for us, we're knocking them down this year. So we hope that you continue to chase creation and the Creator. Never settle. Keep pursuing.